There is something happening in the Sacramento real estate that almost nobody talks about. While everyone's focused on the same suburbs, there's a master plan community where the population has exploded since 2020. Taylor Morrison's building like crazy, and the locals are trying to keep it quiet. Most agents won't even tell you about this place, probably because they don't know it exists. And when you see what's going on here, you'll realize why the smartest buyers in Sacramento are all quietly moving to the same spot. Hi guys, it's Connie Van. I'm a real estate advisor, and for years I've helped hundreds of families find their dream homes in the Sacramento area. Whether you're a first-time buyer who's tired of losing out on offers, an investor trying to spot the next hot market, or a growing family who needs more space but still want an easy commute downtown. This video is going to show you Sacramento's best kept secret. Let's dive into what makes this hidden gem so special. And if you thought about Vineyard, you're right. Let's take a look at some growth numbers that are going to blow your mind. I'll explain why this timing is perfect for buyers. Here's what's happening. Vineyard's population has shot up from around 44,000 in 2020 to 47,000 in 2025. Now let's think about this for a second, because this is huge. That's faster growth than what we saw in Folsom, Roseville, or Elk Grove when they were booming. And you know what those areas look like now, right? They are some of the most expensive places in Sacramento County, and Vineyard is growing faster than they did back then. The community is growing at around 3.4% every year. That makes it one of Sacramento's fastest growing areas. Between 2000 and 2010, get this, the population more than double. So we're not talking about some temporary spike here. This is steady growth year after year that creates the kind of home value increases that every homeowner dreams about. Now, you might be wondering, what's bringing all these people to Vineyard? Well, the average age is 37 years old, and around 59% are married couple, with around 45% having school-age children. And speaking of families, wait until you see the amazing schools and parks they're moving here for, which we'll cover in a few minutes. These families aren't just passing through. They're putting their roots down, building lives here, creating stable neighborhoods where home values keep going up. According to the official census data for 2025, the suburban community has grown by almost 15% since COVID alone. And the projections show this is going to keep going as all the new development comes online. And here's the crazy thing. Most people in Sacramento has never even heard of Vineyard. They're still fighting over the same neighborhood everyone knows about. Meanwhile, this amazing opportunity is sitting right here, practically in their backyard. Once you see what builders are doing right now, you'll understand why this growth is about to go into overdrive. Speaking of what's being built, if you're finding this information valuable and you want to stay ahead of Sacramento's market, hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell. I'm always sharing these hidden opportunities that can save you thousands or help you build serious equity. Now let me show you the new construction gold mine that's happening as we speak. If you think finding a new construction in Sacramento under $600,000 is impossible, oh boy, you haven't seen what's happening in Vineyard right now. So Taylor Morrison, one of America's biggest home builders, they're actively building two different Vineyard areas right now. We're talking about Wild Hog North and Wild Hog South. And these aren't just plans on paper or coming soon sign. These are homes that are selling right now with prices starting around $550,000 to about $845,000. Can we just pause on the starting price for a second, around $550,000 for a brand new construction in Sacramento County? When's the last time you saw anything like that? In Folsom or Roseville, you're looking at $700,000 minimum for new construction. And that's if you can even find anything available, which good luck with that. But it gets better. There's an approved plan called the North Vineyard Station Specific Plan. It covers around 1,600 acres, around 6,300 homes ready to go. Then you've got Vineyard Springs, planning to add another 2,650 acres of development. Plus, there's a Florin Vineyard plan from 2010 that covers 3,900 more acres. These aren't wishes or dreams. These are approved, funded plans for infrastructure being installed right now as we speak. The building permits from Sacramento County show they're actively building multiple phases. And here's what's smart. They're putting in the infrastructure first before the homes. That means proper support for all the growth instead of scrambling to catch up later. And the biggest development that's going to transform everything, that's coming up in the next few minutes. And trust me, when you hear the scale of it, your jaw's going to drop. Now, let me show you something that makes Vineyard so special, and that's its perfect location that somehow nobody talks about. You know how everyone says location, location, location? Well, Vineyard sits in what I call Sacramento's golden zone, and most buyers have no idea how perfectly positioned this place is. Vineyard is just 13 miles southeast of downtown Sacramento. That means it's closer than Roseville, closer than Lincoln, and honestly, it has better access than a lot of Elk Grove. You're looking at a 20-minute drive to downtown during normal traffic. And if you prefer taking the light rail, it's a 29 minutes on the blue line from the CRC station, which is super convenient. Here's what's great. You've got direct access to State Route 16 and Highway 99. So Sacramento International Airport, you can get there in about 30 minutes. The Blue Line light rail only costs about $3 per ride. It connects you straight to downtown where all the state jobs are, plus the Golden One Center for the Kings game, and basically the entire transit network. Now think about this for a second. While people living in Roseville are battling the nightmare of Highway 80 traffic every morning, or the folks in Elk Grove stuck in that awful 99 or 50 interchange, Vineyard residents have multiple route options and way lighter traffic. This isn't just about today. It's about keeping your sanity and quality of life as Sacramento keeps growing and the traffic gets worse everywhere else. Sacramento Regional Transit data has shown the 29-minute travel time to downtown has been consistent, and they're planning transit improvement as part of this development. Speaking of improvements, the infrastructure plans I'll share in a minute are absolutely mind-blowing in their scale. Here's what really sets Vineyard apart from every other Sacramento suburb. The lifestyle amenities that are already in place here are incredible. Unlike other new developments where you're waiting years for school to open and parks to be built, Vineyard already has everything families need right now. So first, let's talk schools, because I know that's huge for families. The Elk Grove Unified School District serves Vineyard, and they've got some great schools. There's Pleasant Grove High School, which ranks 200 out of 2,300 California high schools. They have around 2,500 students and really strong academic programs. Then there's Arnold Adriani Elementary, ranking 331 out of 5,900 California elementary schools. They're serving around 900 students with impressive test scores, showing strong academic performance. Now, if you're into golf or just love the beautiful outdoor spaces, you're going to love this. There's this amazing golf course called Wild Hog Golf Club. And it's not just any golf course. We're talking 18 holes, par 72, spread across 146 acres with water hazards, bunkers, and 4 different tees, so everyone from beginners to pros can enjoy it. This has become one of Sacramento's most popular public courses, and it's right here in Vineyard. So the parks here are incredible too. The Southgate Recreational Park District manages 47 parks, 6 community centers, and 2 pools throughout the area. There's this new amazing park called Larry Gurry Community Park that's on 22 acres that finished in 2021. It has everything: workout areas for adults, baseball fields for Little League, basketball courts, playgrounds for kids. There are huge grass fields where families can have picnics and kids can play soccer. Plus, they have beautiful paved trails along Elder and Gerber Creeks where people can bike, jog, and walk their dogs. And while Vineyard is developing its own shopping and dining, you're literally minutes from all of Elk Grove store. That includes the Elk Grove Commons and the massive Delta Shore Shopping Center. But the commercial development that's coming as part of the master plan we're about to discuss, that's going to completely transform this area. The average household income in Vineyard is $108,000, which is well above the county average. That tells you something important. There are successful families choosing to live here, which support great local businesses and services. Everything I've shown you so far, as amazing as it is, it's nothing compared to what's about to happen here. The final piece of this info is exactly why I'm telling my serious buyer they need to look at Vineyard now, not later. Which brings me to a massive development that's going to transform from its hidden gem to Sacramento's next major destination. The West Jackson Highway Master Plan just got approved in June 2025, and it covers 5,900 acres. Let me put that into perspective for you. That's larger than the entire city of West Sacramento. This plan includes 16,500 new homes, around 990 acres of commercial and industrial land, and around 2,100 acres of parks and open space, and multiple schools throughout. Here's how you know this is serious. Tiger Construction and Granite Construction, two of California's biggest development companies, they're partnering up on this project. When companies like these, with their reputation and resources, commit to a 30 to 50-year project, you better believe they've done their homework on the potential here. What's really smart about Vineyard's approach is they're not doing what many developments do. You know, build the houses first and then scramble to figure out roads and utilities later. No, they're building infrastructure first. Roads, utilities, services, everything gets built before the homes. There's this thing called Vineyard Fee Program. It makes sure every single development pays for infrastructure when they pull their building permit. So the growth literally pays for itself instead of burdening existing residents. Here's something else that's huge. The Vineyard Surface Water Treatment Plan, which is LEED Gold certified. That means it's saving millions of gallons of groundwater every single day. Sacramento's county is going all in on sustainability here with LED lighting, natural gas fleet vehicles, and the whole 9 yards. This isn't just good for the environment. It attracts those environmentally conscious buyers from the Bay Area who care about this stuff, ensures the community stays viable for decades. Now, with a 30 to 50-year build-out timeline, the early buyers, the one getting in now, they're the ones who are going to see the most appreciation. Based on similar master plan communities, we typically see the highest gains in the first 5 to 10 years. That's when commercial development follows the residential. So then schools open up and the community hits the critical mass where suddenly everyone wants to live there. The planning documents show they're doing phased development. Residential goes in first to establish the population base, then the commercial follows because businesses need customers, right? And historically, in communities like this, home values go up 40 to 60% in the first decade after major plan gets announced. Now, you might be sitting there thinking, Connie, this sounds amazing, but what's the catch? Well, let me be completely transparent with you. There is no catch, but there's a timeline. The window to get in at these prices, it's closing way faster than you think. Once the word gets out about what's really happening, trust me, it will. These opportunities disappear overnight. So let's break down exactly what all this means for you and your family. Vineyard represents that perfect storm of opportunity you rarely see in real estate. Brand new construction starting around $550, a massive 30 to 50-year master plan with around 16,500 new homes coming. World-class amenities that are already in place and ready for you to enjoy. And somehow it's still flying completely under the radar. This isn't speculation or wishful thinking. This is documented, approved, and funded development with major corporations already invested and breaking ground. The question you need to ask yourself isn't whether Vineyards is gonna boom. That's already happening. The question is whether you're going to be part of it or watch it from the sidelines. If you're ready to see the Vineyard opportunities firsthand and you want to get ahead of this market before prices jump, reach out to me directly at Connie@cbreg.net. I will personally tour you through all of the new construction option. I'll show you the actual development maps and you can see exactly what's coming. And we'll figure out together if Vineyard fits your family's goals and budget. Hey, before you go, if you're wondering about the bigger picture of where home prices are headed in general, you absolutely need to watch this next video. Home prices have been an absolute wild ride lately. So click on it now and let's talk about what's really going on with home prices. See you in the next video.